Hey there, Mekorma users. My name is Beth, and today I'm going to show you how to configure Mekorma Enhanced Electronic Payments within Microsoft Dynamics GP. Mekorma has partnered with ACOM Solutions to deliver electronic payments processing, allowing you to easily pay your vendors by virtual credit card, EFT, and check. Our payment platform, available in Mekorma Build 75 or later, will determine the best payment method that suits each of your vendors, giving you control every step of the way. This is a free service to all qualified candidates. Once you've been approved through the vendor qualification process and completed the necessary paperwork with Mekorma Sales, you are ready to configure your GP system by running the Enhanced Electronic Payments Configuration Wizard and completing 6 simple steps. If you need more information on how to qualify to use Enhanced Electronic Payments, please schedule a meeting with Sales by clicking on the link listed in the description of this video. First, in addition to installing Mekorma Build 75 or later, you must also install the Enhanced Electronic Payments utility file. This will automate the process of synchronizing the vendor master file when changes are made by the Enhanced Electronic Payments service or from within Microsoft Dynamics GP. Mekorma recommends installing the utilities on a single computer, preferably but not necessarily the SQL server, and GP does not need to be installed in that computer. Once downloaded, open the executable file and make the necessary agreements. Choose the desired installation folder, click Next, and then select whether you'd like to use Windows or server authentication. On the Setup Scheduled Task window, please choose the time you would like Microsoft Dynamics GP and the Enhanced Electronic Payment System to sync. This action ensures that your vendor master file is up to date with any changes that have occurred in vendor status. You can run this task as the current user or assign it to another Windows user. When finished, you are ready to run the Configuration Wizard. To begin, open the Enhanced ePayment Configuration window by following this path. Step 1 will consist of fields that automatically populate with your company's information as assigned during the approval process. You will see the subdomain name, encryption keys for the product, checkbook and bank account ID, and the email address of the portal administrator. This information will be used by the administrator to access the payment portal when needed. You have a choice as to whether you'd like to print your checks off-site using the Enhanced Electronic Service or on-premise using Mekorma Miker. Once configured, you will have the capability of changing this on a per-vendor basis. I'll show you how a bit later on. Once selected, click Next. Step 2 asks you to enter a credit card vendor. By default, this field will populate with Mekorma Enhanced Electronic Payments vendor. This vendor account will be created and used by Mekorma to process and pay the vendors accepting electronic payments in your system. It represents the credit card company that will emit the virtual cards. A separate AP account can be designated here. Clicking Next will bring you to Step 3, where you will choose the credit card to be used for the Enhanced Electronic Payments. This card will be created and used by Mekorma to identify payments made by virtual card. It will be used in conjunction with the Mekorma Enhanced Electronic Payments vendor in the Mekorma e-payment process. You can change the name here as needed. It is possible to use an existing card as long as it is for the same vendor. Step 5 requires that you choose a base folder. This folder will store all files sent and received between your company and the Enhanced Electronic Payment System. This folder needs to be accessible to all computers processing e-payments. Mekorma recommends a network folder for this reason. Finally, you must export the vendor master file so that all necessary vendor information is sent to the system for accurate payment processing. Simply click Process, Confirm, and close this window. You are now able to process payments using Enhanced Electronic Payments. Once the product has been configured, if you need to confirm a vendor's enrollment status, open the Enhanced ePayments Vendor Enrollment Inquiry window. As you can see, some vendors are enrolled as EFT, and others are enrolled to process payments as checks using the Enhanced Electronic Payments service. Any vendor that does not have US ACH information entered in the master vendor file will automatically be paid by check. Once your company has been configured and the vendor master file has been sent, the Enhanced Electronic Payments Service Provider does the work of onboarding vendors to accept some form of electronic payment. If a vendor agrees to accept virtual credit card payments, the enrollment status will say Enrolled vCard. Additionally, a vendor's status can be determined and even changed within the vendor maintenance window. Select a vendor, click on Additional, then Enhanced ePayment Status. In this example, Allenson is currently enrolled as a vendor that accepts checks printed off-site. Let's say I've decided to pay Allenson with checks printed on-premise using Mekorma instead of using the electronic payment service. But eventually I'd like them to accept virtual credit cards, which means they should remain an Enhanced ePayment vendor. So I will choose Change to Local Processing. I can accomplish this same task with a shortcut by right-clicking anywhere within the vendor maintenance window. If I choose a vendor and right-click, the vendor's status is displayed. I can change to local processing or exclude entirely from the service. If I want to enroll an excluded vendor, I go through the same process of right-clicking, then clicking to enroll. This will send the vendor's information to the system for verification, and the status will be listed as pending until they are properly entered into the system. Please note that GP will automatically sync with the Enhanced Electronic Payment System on a daily basis at the time the system administrator selected during installation of the Enhanced Electronic Payments utility file. If changes have been made to a vendor's status in GP or in the ePayment system, the vendor master file will be updated accordingly. However, if I want to send an updated version prior to the scheduled update, I can return to the configuration window and click here. I can also accomplish this in the Utilities module, as well as send vendor updates, get changed vendor info, and get all vendor detail. For a demonstration of how the payment process functions when using Enhanced Electronic Payments, please see Mekorma's videos page, linked in the description of this video. And that's how to configure Mekorma Enhanced Electronic Payments for use. If you have any questions about qualifying, configuring, or using the Enhanced Electronic Payments service, please contact us. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.